I think about rematch. We should ask boxing fans, do they want this rematch? Yes. If they want, I would like to give this rematch, and I would like to get this chance, of course, again.
There's a difference between boxing on the back foot and then using angles and countering and then moving again. And it wasn't a case that Dimitri, I know you know that, Chris, anyway, but you know, the way that he was moving out of trouble, taking shots on his gloves, and then throwing a straight 1-2, left hook to the body, straight right hand to the body. It was an absolute masterclass.
Of course, in boxing, if you don't punch clean, the judges will give the round to the guy who's pressuring.
All right, you guys, so let's break down yesterday's fight. Robbery, close fight. Who really deserved to win this fight? Beterbiev versus Bivol. In my personal opinion, I thought Bivol did just enough to win. And when people say robbery this, robbery that, Beterbiev Bivol had a clear victory, I didn't think any fighter had a clear victory. That's exactly why people are calling for this rematch. But whenever I see robbery and this and that, I think, okay, 10-2 and 9-3, and that just wasn't the case at all. I thought that 112-116 was a little bit shaky, and when they're calling the scorecards, I seen this fight either going two ways. Either it was going to be a draw, and we're going to get a second fight where people could actually, there could be 10 times more money involved in this fight, and this fight could actually be a pay-per-view fight. I was like, okay, this fight is going to go that direction, and that's exactly where we're going to get. And then when I seen the 116-112, I knew something was up. Even if they did give it to Beterbiev Bivol and he had the 116 compared to Beterbiev's 112, if it went that direction, even I thought that would have been a little bit suspicious against Beterbiev if Bivol would have won. So now let's break down the fight. I thought Beterbiev Bivol won a lot of the early rounds. He was using his jab very well. His combinations were very well put together, backing up Beterbiev. And as the rounds started to go on, you see Beterbiev start to pick it up. If you guys know Beterbiev, you guys should know that Beterbiev is a very slow starter throughout his career, and then he starts to pick it up somewhat in the mid rounds. He breaks you down, he knocks you out, or he gets you out of there. So like I said, you start to see Beterbiev pick it up, obviously being the bigger fighter, the more powerful fighter overall, but I thought a lot of rounds were really up for grabs, and the only reason why I gave him to Beterbiev Bivol and not Beterbiev, because I thought Beterbiev Bivol was doing a lot more work. He was fighting 2 minutes of the fight, letting off his combinations. Even when Beterbiev was backing him up, Bivol was moving around the ring a lot, and I thought Beterbiev Bivol was going to have a lot of problems with that, which he did not. So I was very impressed by Beterbiev cutting off the ring and not really letting Bivol do what he needed to do. But Bivol was still fighting off his back foot. He was still using his jab very well. He was going in, taking chances, and letting those combinations off, which I thought whenever they did exchange, I thought Bivol got the better of those exchanges too as well. Like I said, there was a lot of rounds that were up for debate or were up for grabs, and I gave them to Bivol because I thought for about a minute or two he was doing a lot more work. He was using his jabs, his combinations were very well put together. He was taking chances even when he was fighting off his back foot, when Arthur Beterbiev was putting pressure on him and he was moving around the ring a lot. But I thought overall, Bivol just being the more accurate fighter, and I didn't see any fighter really being in trouble. Maybe Bivol got rocked a couple times. I thought even Beterbiev got rocked a couple times too as well, but I didn't really see any type of fighter really in trouble or really at risk of ending this fight for each other. And I did give most of the championship rounds to Beterbiev. I gave him 10 and 11, and I thought 12 was really up for debate. So it really just depends on what you like to see, how you like to score this fight, what type of action you like to see. If you like to see movement, if you like to see fighting off the back foot, if you like the pressure more than you like to see, like I said, fighting off the back foot, it really just depends on how you guys score this fight, what you like to see. And Turkey did have some words of his own and his personal opinion on what he thought about this fight. So let's take a look at that.
It is one of the great fights ever I see in the last at least 20 years, okay?
Fantastic.
But I don't think the result is fair, in my opinion.
When you were watching the fight unfold, we saw Bivol dominate a lot of the early rounds.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts as it was unfolding?
I think it is at least for Bivol, for the two fighters like my brother, okay? But I think Bivol win more than 2 rounds more. I don't know why the result like this, but in my opinion, I will focus and I will try to do the rematch.
So Turkey does want to see a rematch. I feel like there's more money involved in this rematch. And like I said, when I think about robbery, I think 10-2 or 9-3. It wasn't a robbery. There wasn't a clear victory for anybody. And that's exactly why this fight is calling for a rematch. But I feel like that's exactly why boxing is struggling as a sport. This is what hurts at boxing. Like I said, in my personal opinion, I thought Bivol did just enough to win this fight. I don't think it was a clear victory for any fighter, but if I had to give it to anyone, I thought Beterbiev Vs deserved to win this fight. Let me know what you guys think about this fight, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.